I haven't heard from Julia. I expect she'll join. I see Dan just sent us an email. I think he went to the senior center, but he said he's going to call in.
Oh my God.
All right, we'll wait another minute or so. It's Julie. Good evening, Julie.
I thought I was talking to you guys, but I was muted. Sorry. Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Hello.
Julie.
Okay.
Should be a quick one.
Oh, there's Dan. Hey, Joe, I think we have everybody.
Okay, and it is 7. So let's bring this meeting to order. This is the Newburyport Conservation Commission meeting taking place on the Zoom platform, and it's being recorded. The first item on our agenda is the certificate of compliance for 20 Henry Graff Junior Road. And they have requested a continuance to the February 3rd meeting.
Motion to continue to February 3rd.
Second.
Okay, roll call. Dan Warshaw,
Yes.
Julie Godfreyson,
Yes.
Janet Daisley,
Yes.
Barb Riley,
Yes.
Steve Moore,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Next one is certificate of compliance for 13 Hale Street. I think we have Justine Fox's on with us.
Yep. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Justine. Yeah, just to introduce this briefly, um, Justine's company is representing Palmer Capital Corporation, who will later on be looking to build a battery energy storage system on this parcel, similar to what we saw at 23 Low Street, but that's separate from what we're looking at right now. I believe the purpose that Justine is here today is to clear up an order of conditions that was issued. I forget off the top of my head, but I think 2010. Yeah. So quite a while ago for work that was not completed. Joe and I went out to do a site visit, and I have photos from that if folks are interested in seeing it, but it was really confirming that work was not performed. So Justine, I'll let you give more details and let me know if there's certain documents you want pulled up.
Sure. Thanks, Kelsey. Justine Fox with Williams and Sparagis. This is about as straightforward as it gets. This was issued in 2010 for construction of a paved parking lot. There's currently a gravel parking area where you see the paved area proposed on the plan in front of you. I kind of circled the proposed features. It was for the paved parking lot, curbing, siltation barrier to protect the wetland resource areas, as well as a 75-foot long level spreader to mitigate stormwater runoff from the parking area. And like Kelsey said, myself, and Joe visited the site last week, and they confirmed that none of these features were built.
Right, so you can see here, this is the existing parking lot that is gravel. It was never paved. And this, I believe, is where the level spreader would have been installed, but it's not there.
And that's about all I have to add. Nothing was built, so.
So for those who haven't looked at it recently, this is the WPA form, the state form for issuing a certificate of compliance, and there is an option to issue what's called an invalid order of conditions, which just states that the work never commenced. The order of conditions has lapsed. There's no future work planned, so it's just kind of invalidating the order of conditions that was issued in 2010. And I believe that's what you requested, right, Justine?
Yes, we selected the box on the 8A form, I think, is the request
Okay.
for a certificate of compliance, that no work was
Correct.
completed under the permit.
Anybody got any questions?
No,
No, not me.
Get a motion?
Motion to issue a invalid order of conditions.
Second,
All right, roll call. Steve Moore,
yes,
Barb Riley,
yes.
Janet Daisley,
Yes.
Julie Gottfredson,
Yes.
Dan Warshall,
Yes.
and I vote yes. All right,
All right, thank you, everybody.
thank
We'll
you.
see
Thank
again.
you.
Thanks.
Thank
all
you.
right,
Yeah, have a good night.
Okay, our only public hearing is 5 Basin Street, and Kelsey has received a request from Tom to continue this till the February 3rd meeting.
Motion to continue 5 Basin Street notice of intent to February 3rd.
second,
Okay, roll call. Steve Moore,
yes,
Janet Daisley,
Yes.
Julie Gottfredson,
Yes.
Barb Riley,
Yes.
Dan Warshall,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Okay, then, on to the approval of the meeting minutes from the 6th of January. Anybody got any comments or questions?
yeah,
Go ahead,
under the
Steve.
city forest, it said that they were going to send something to Tom Hughes for a cost estimate. That should be Tom Ashton.
That was my comment as well. That was the only thing I saw.
I just heard Tom and Tom.
Okay, anything else?
Motion to approve,
Second?
Second.
All right, Dan Warshall,
Yes.
Steve Moore,
yes,
Barb Riley,
Yes.
Julie Gottfredson,
Yes.
Janet Daisley,
Yes.
and I vote yes. All right, other updates from me. It looks like the mayor has put in a for another person to fill up the commission. I know the person's first name is Reese, and he's not very old, but he sounds interested.
Great.
Good.
So we'll see that come along.
Excellent.
Uh, Kelsey, you have anything else?
I had a couple of quick updates. I was going to mention Reese as well. I haven't heard anything since last week, but the mayor kind of ran it past Joe and myself. But I believe Reese is a UNH grad student and lives in Newburyport and would be really great. The climate forestry plan, a couple of you suggested some like minor edits, and those were made, and was sent off to the state today. And Tom did complete cost estimates for 6 of the recommendations he had made in the plan, which I sent out. There are a lot of PDF, so if you didn't receive that, let me know. It might be that the file size is too large. And that's really not going anywhere. It's just for our own purposes to kind of think and plan what we want to do with the city forest. I wanted to let you know that we are going to have another request for a certificate of compliance. This is for 3 Stanley Tucker Drive. It was for a building addition and a stormwater system. So they're on the docket, not for February 3rd, but the meeting after that, the 17th. I will be scheduling a site visit for that, likely next week, and it hasn't been scheduled yet. So if you're really interested in going and there's some days that work better for you, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll probably reach out to the applicant by tomorrow afternoon. So feel free to let me know your availability. And I also wanted to give you a heads up about a possible, or hopefully an RDA that will be coming in by the end of the month. This is for, I don't know if any of you have heard about this sauna that is present on the north end of Plum Island. It's a sauna unit on a trailer, and I think Julia knows
I was
about
gonna ask you
this.
about it.
So the sauna is currently operating on the north end of Plum Island. It's a commercial business, and the idea is people do a cold plunge and they use the sauna. I haven't been out to the site to see it yet. We've been trying to get the business owner, Prince Botang, to come in for permitting, not just for conservation, but also zoning and building. And he's agreed to file an RDA. So we haven't received that yet, but I just want to let you know that will be coming in. And of course, I'll share the documents and we'll do a site visit. I think it's likely, although it's the commission's discretion, of course, but this might be one where it's on the line of requiring an NOI, but it depends where the sauna is located, if it's in the flood zone, if it's on existing pavement, or if it's on sand. But those are things that we'll have an opportunity to look at for
But
the site.
it's on a trailer.
Right, and Julia, maybe you can provide more context because this was going on before I started here.
Yeah, this came up maybe last spring, late in the spring. Prince Botang, and he had a lawyer and someone else, a business partner along with him, came in asking if what the city would require for them to put like a series actually of these trailers that would have saunas on them on the beach. It's actually on Charos's property at the Captain's Lady down at the end of Plum Island Point. So that beach right at the point right there on the riverside is where he was proposing them, and he had them really like on the beach essentially. So, I mean, they didn't meet any, the way we were looking at it was it didn't meet any Conservation Commission regulations whatsoever for being out there on the beach. It was in the V zone. It was just 100 different things didn't work. It also didn't meet zoning. There was a lot of reasons why essentially the city told him that it would be great if he found it. We weren't opposed to the saunas, but if they could go in a different location, it would be easier to permit and get him to move forward. And he sort of thought about it and acknowledged what we were saying and then left. And then next thing we know, they've been constructed out there. So my question right now is, I mean, I'm assuming he has maybe moved them a little bit farther back. Maybe he has a lawyer who's figured out how to make this more palatable for the commission in terms of the regulations. But my question is, since they're already out there, since he constructed these things or placed them without any permits, has any notice of violation been issued? What has the city done? Because I know this isn't just Concom, it's zoning and everything else too, right?
Right. I believe he might actually, I don't believe he's going to receive a zoning enforcement at this point. That could change, but I think he's changed some things. And I have, that's a little separate. Our zoning administrator is looking at the use and whether it's related to the Charos's use of that parcel. So there's been a little back and forth there. For Concom, I think there has been discussion about the right response to the sauna being out there. And to be candid, I think it was a strategic decision that we were not sure if the applicant would come, that we kind of prioritize. We'd like to get him in front of the commission as soon as possible, so you guys can get out there and take a look at it and start the process. I was initially requiring an NOI, but it didn't look like, I think it would have been months before we saw him. So hopefully they have a deadline to get their application in by the end of January. If that doesn't happen, then we might want to discuss enforcement.
Okay. I also thank you for that. That was important. I was going to ask you about that because I've had like people have sent me photos of themselves in these saunas and how great it is, and you can go on the website and sign up to use them. And I remembered that it hadn't been permitted. So in any case, one of the other elements that I think we could look into or would need to be looked into with the saunas, if they stay there, which maybe there's a way for that to work, but I believe they would also have to be licensed under Chapter 91, or at least part of, if not an amended or a new Chapter 91 license, part of the Charos's existing Chapter 91 license, because it is a completely different use than what is out there already. And it is directly on the waterfront. So just something to think about. And I mentioned that
Yeah.
to Mr. Charos when they came in to meet with us that one day, because I was concerned that this would get the Charoses into sort of hot water, and just wanted them to be aware of what their risks are with allowing this to take place on their property. So anyway, lots of
Yeah,
things to look at.
Does
there's a
the
lot
fact
going
that
on. Oh, so sorry, go ahead, Steve.
the fact that it's on a trailer and not a permanent thing add to the complexity of?
I was just going to say that I just wanted to prepare you in case you want to do your own research. I'm doing research as well, but one argument I know he's going to make is that it is not a structure and that it's a vehicle that's licensed in New Hampshire. So it's legally recognized as a vehicle and not a structure, is an argument I know he'll make. So we might want to, you might want to start thinking about questions you have about that argument, or just because there's different legal definitions of what a structure is in our own regs and the state regs. So, and I'll also include some of these points in the staff report when this comes around.
What about
That's a
driving it on and off, the beach? Is that what he's doing? Driving it on and off the beach?
So I have in writing a few different, one was that it's parked on gravel, another is that it's parked on asphalt. When you go on Instagram, it looks like it's on sand. So the facts are unclear.
So a site visit would be also really
Yeah.
helpful.
His website looks like it's like at the beginning of the pier.
Yeah.
I think my understanding he's moved it at least once, but I have not been out there, so I really don't know where it is located right now.
Yeah.
The issue of the mobile being a mobile unit, we dealt with this at 8S Street, as you probably remember that you got that right when you got here. And I mean, I think according to zoning anyway, it's not considered a mobile structure or a temporary structure anyway, if it's there for more than, is it 180 days? So, I mean, we may want to rely on that. And this might also be another one where if it gets tricky in terms of how to interpret our regulations, it might be helpful. I'm assuming that they will have legal advice. It might be helpful to get our city solicitor to give us an opinion. But I guess we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. Let's wait and see what they submit with the RDA. Maybe it'll look good.
Great. Yeah, you reminded me, because this relates to Five Basin as well. The city is changing legal firms, and I haven't been privy to that. And Andy Port also was not part of the interviewing process, so we're a little bit in the dark about. But he said just this morning that by next week we're hoping we'll know which attorney we'll be working with, and hopefully from there we can work with them on Five Basin Street and maybe the sauna issue too.
Be first in line to utilize the new lawyers. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it as far as updates from me.
Okay.
Kelsey, I got one email from you regarding the city forest that had 3 PDFs in it with a
Oh, really?
six.
Okay, Steve. Maybe I'll find a way to like upload it to a SharePoint or something because I was wondering if all of those would make it through. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
had
pretty sure I got all of them.
You got all of them.
Yeah.
I
I had
got
one
all of
more
them.
question. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I have
Go ahead,
all.
Janet.
You have all of them.
You got them? Okay.
Yeah, there's
Julie?
6. I have 6 attachments.
I only saw 3.
I think you just have to click a button and it'll open the others, Steve.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look. For the next meeting, I'm not sure I'll be here. I should be. I'll be up on Mount Washington. Sometimes
Oh,
the internet connection doesn't work. So
Nice.
I'll try, but
I hope
Ella,
it's too cold and
Ella,
windy
when-
for the internet to work.
yeah. That's what you
I'm
get
hope-
for going
I
up at
love
the
it when you
coldest
zoom
time.
in from the top of Mount Washington. That's the best.
What
And,
are you doing
and
up
then
there? Is that
I
like,
think in March, I might not be here for one of the meetings either. Well, I don't know if the internet in Mexico is good, so I'll
Oh,
figure
Hope it's
that
better than the water.
out. Hey, I didn't get any revenge time I went down there. All right.
I have one more quick question.
okay.
I forgot to ask this at the last meeting. I've heard from random realtor type people around town that the Merrimack Street project, I forget what it's called now, on the corner by the traffic circle, the 5 new homes that we permitted, that is now like paused because they haven't been able to get the permit for the dock from the state. And also they're thinking of not constructing one of the houses, the biggest one closest to the water. Kelsey, have you heard
oh, wow.
anything about that?
No, sorry. Yeah, that project hasn't been brought to my attention yet, but
Okay.
I
Just
wonder
wondering if they
yeah.
need to change their plans, it might have to come back before us if they're, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
definitely. If other people in the office know the status of that, I'll make sure that they know they'd have to come back for if they're making a significant alteration, they'd have to come back.
I know somebody told me that that one house that was gonna like be managing the open space and all that was not gonna get built.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same. That's what I heard as well.
Okay, interesting.
so who's going to manage the open space?
Exactly.
Oh,
Don't
when was that before you guys? Was that just last year?
Just recently. It was probably,
Yeah.
yeah, what, over like last spring, maybe? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it
I'm glad
extended
you
over a period of time, but
It did. Yeah.
Julie, I'm glad you brought that up. I was having been by there many times and seeing nothing happening. I was wondering if we would like to have them confirm their silt barriers, make sure that's all still intact, because they do have a lot of. I mean, the whole place there's no vegetation left on the entire site, so
Right.
all of that soil is subject to being washed into the river. So if
Yeah. And
maybe
it's not covered.
right, I mean it's pretty well frozen now. So, but you know how many thaws we get these winters now. So we should probably ask them to provide, or at least, or maybe even go out and check it too.
Yeah, that's a
inspect it.
Tom Hughes one.
Yeah.
You should know.
Mhm. I will not be here on the February 17th.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I will be.
I don't think I will be.
Well, then I guess we'll figure that one out when we come to it.
maybe
Yep.
we'll have a
I'll
new
be here.
member.
Maybe we'll have a new member by
That'd be
then.
great. That'd be great.
Yep. All right. Anything else, folks?
Motion to adjourn.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bye.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Night,
Good night.
everyone.
Hey,
Everyone.
Go check out the Northern Lights.
okay. Thanks.